Hey, welcome back, friends. This is the Castro Valley News live show. Appreciate your patience, and I apologize for starting late tonight. Thank you, Michael, for messaging in that that I'm late, and I appreciate that. Good evening to Tiffany. Tiffany is first in the roll call. Good evening to Cali Life. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? And I appreciate the message, Michael. You are awesome. And also, happy Saturday to you as well, Tiffany. If you are new to the show, some of you might be new. My name is Roberto, and this is the show that we do on Tuesdays and Saturday nights. Good evening to Kathleen. Good evening to Barbara as well. Hope you guys are doing well. We start the show off with something that we call the roll call, which is a way for us to kind of get to know who's listening. Again, I am Roberto. And if you're listening and you want to shout out, just post a comment there. And part of the roll call is I give the listeners a shout out that way. So good evening to Bob. Good evening to Kathy. Bob is watching the 49ers tonight, Sharks at 7:30. Lots of local sports happening tonight. Good evening to Aaron. I hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday to you as well. And Barbara just kicked off the show with 500 stars. Thank you so much, Barbara. If you're not familiar with the stars thing, I do. That's the thing I do every week. The weird hand gesture thing. Thank you, Barbara. Barbara has sent stars 8 weeks in a row. If you are not familiar with the stars thing, you can click a little thing right here, and you can send us stars. It's a monetary way to send us money. It's a cool way for anyone on Facebook to send live content creators money through stars. Bob just sent 50 stars. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Also, I would be good evening to Dennis. Dennis just sent 200 stars. And Dennis has sent stars 5 weeks in a row. And I don't want to skip. Michael said, I have been in bed for the past few days because I tested positive for COVID. I'm sorry to hear about that, my friend. I hope you are on the mend. And we'll talk about that topic a little bit later in the show. And apparently there's... Oh, okay. So... hi, Mom. My mom has difficulty logging in and doing the whole Facebook thing. So my mom is in the roll call. Good evening, Mom. Hope you're doing well. I love you, Mom. Good evening to Tiffany. Tiffany sent 70 stars. Tiffany has sent stars 6 weeks in a row. Thank you so much. If you're not familiar with the stars thing, there's a little icon you can click here. You can send an amount of whatever you prefer, whatever you like, any amount of stars you can send in. It is a way that you can support live content creators on Facebook by sending them stars. They cost a couple bucks. Of course, Meta gets a few pennies out of it, but we do get the majority. We get just about all of it. But as you can imagine, of course, Meta's got to, have their hands in there somehow. But with that said, we do get deposits from Meta, and I think they're monthly, and they're good. They're good sized deposits. So my mom knows what I just did. So your money is not going to Meta. Your money is going to us, and I appreciate that. You don't have to send stars if you want to. That's cool. I appreciate it. Good evening, Jean Marie. I hope you're doing well. And again, I have to ask and make sure I pronounced your name correct because I don't want to mispronounce names. Let me do this real fast. Kathleen is saying hello to Jean. One of the super cool things about this show and the audience that has kind of been built, I like to think of us as like a family. We're like a team. Is a lot of you people know each other and interact with each other during a lot of the shows. And I think it's, Cali Life is saying hello to my mom. So, Mom, Cali Life is saying hello to you. Right there. I love it. It's pretty, it's cool. It's cool, the community that we have here. Rob is tagging Dawn. Michael says, I had a bad cough for the past few months, and this is my second day of COVID right now. So I hope you're doing better, Michael, and your topic I will definitely be... Gene says, feel free to call me Gene, just Gene. Can I call you just Gene? I'm being silly now, but I wanted to... and of course, my phone is going to be super slow here. If you are listening and you'd like a shout out, definitely post something up and I'll give you a shout out. Good evening to Janella. Janella says, happy Saturday, folks. Happy Saturday to you as well, Janella. How about the weather we had today? Except for the wind, it was pretty... This weather was just splendiferous. There's your $2 word for the night. I don't think we've used splendiferous before. And here, this is good because I wanted to discuss this. Good evening to Teresa. Tiffany says, hope you feel better. I'm assuming that's from Michael. Michael, I hope you feel better too. And also, I wanted to also mention, I should say also a couple more times. I also wanted to mention and thank Janella for sending her 200 stars for 4 weeks in a row. And also, I'll give you the spiel again. There's an icon here if you want to send stars. You can. You don't have to. It's a cool way that people can show monetary love, monetary support to the live content creators on Facebook like we are 2 nights a week. We're here Saturdays and Tuesdays. So before this thing disappears from my phone, Barbara says, just like spring. It was gorgeous out there. What a gorgeous day. And I'm telling you, we discussed this in the last episode. These sunsets that we've been having, I was fortunate enough to see the sunrise this morning, and it was not as epic as the sunset today, but man, it's just beautiful. And our wonderful moderator just posted the Google definition of splendiferous, which is the word of night. And there you go. Good evening, Gary. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. And our moderator just gave a reminder that you can share, like, love, and invite your friends to this show and our Castro Valley neighbors. We love invites and shares of all kinds. And we do. Barbara is tagging Victoria. Rob is tagging Richard. Barbara is also tagging Leah. Gary says, nice weather, but we need more rain. I agree. Last month, we got inundated by rain, and it seems like January is going to kind of end up going out on a dry note, but there's still February, and February is one of our wet months. So hopefully February will bring some precipitation that we need. This is on the list. Wanted to let you know that Crossroads Specialty Foods, from what I understand, it's like a European and Russian specialty store. They are going to be coming to Castro Valley. Cali Life is tagging Sheena. Thank you, Cali Life. So the Crossroads Specialty Foods will be moving into the shopping center that's at the corner of its that is higher and East Castro Valley Boulevard, where Casper's Hot Dogs is. So that's cool. That's very cool. And thank you, Paulette, for bringing that to my attention. Gary mentioned, how is the moderator doing? I remember he was ill last week. Our wonderful, wise, learned, amazing moderator. He is well. He was isolated because he was in contact with someone who had COVID, but fortunately, wonderfully, he has tested negative. So I am happy to share that information with you, Gary, that our moderator is COVID free, and that's wonderful. And there you go. Moderator just said all good here. So there you go. Kathy said Center and Castro Valley Boulevard, where Pryfogel's bookstore used to be. That was a good answer to one of the Midway giveaway questions in the past. Not going to be rude and drink in your ear because that is uncouth. Uncouth that's a 75-cent word. That's a good word. Uncouth. Let's do 2 words for tonight because I've missed a few. Uncouth is a good word. I love that one. So yes, we're still doing the roll call. If you're listening and you want a shout out, just post up a comment and I'll give you a shout out with your first name. I understand people want to maybe not have their last names mentioned, but it's a good way for us to get to know each other and who's listening. So yes, I'm excited about any new business opening up in Castro Valley. And it seems, good evening to Eileen, watching the 49er game. 7-3 San Francisco is losing. Is it the first quarter or second quarter? I'm not following the game. I don't really follow football, so don't don't throw your shoes at your computer screen because I don't really follow football. But it is really, really cool that we had. I think we had two teams. I think the Raiders were playing in the wild card game. This is a playoff game, correct? There you go, Brett. Third quarter. And also, Brett, I'm not. I don't. Are you new to the show, Brett? If you are, let me know. Because I love when I see new faces to the show. So good evening to Brett. I hope you're doing well. Okay, it's early in the third quarter for the 49ers. There you go. Go Niners. I'm all about local teams, and I'm not going to go any further. Anyways, yes, Crossroads Market. That kind of strip mall area has kind of been more vacant than not. I think Endless Bicycles used to be up there. The Castro Valley School of Music was up there before. There's a dry cleaner. I think there's two real estate. Good evening to Ross. I hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome to the show. I think there's 2 real estate places. Brett, new watching your live. First time here. Been following Castro Valley News since we started. Right on. Well, Brett, welcome to the show. I'm glad you joined us. We do this Tuesdays and Saturday nights at 7 p.m. both days, and it's the concept was kind of like an old school radio show where the community and the hosts kind of interact and talk about things that are on our minds and issues of the day in our town. And yes, Bob, Domino's Hair Salon, yes, that area has kind of been under the radar, sort of. So it's good that that Crossroads Market is moving up there. From what I understand, and Brett, just for your reference, Cali Life and Bob are welcoming you. I thought someone else did too. Barbara loves her Green Bay Packers. Go Packers. So that's the other super cool thing about the show here. As I was mentioning, that we're all kind of like for the most part, we're like a team, like a family. And when someone new comes, everybody welcomes them. I love that part about this group and the show. Michael says the Raiders were in the wild card, lost, and the 49ers are in the wild card too, but they won. So the Niners are in the playoffs officially. I sit or stand corrected, whichever you prefer. I'm sitting, so I sit corrected. Brett, you're welcome for the welcomes. And I will welcome you to the show one more time. 718. Yep, there you go. Just Jean said, welcome to you as well, Brett. So Brett, you're being showered with welcomes. And I'm glad you joined the show. If there's anybody else who's listening, who's new to the show, post up a comment, and we would love to welcome you as well with open arms. I'm wondering where Don is tonight, and maybe I should text him and see if he's going to join the show. He might be. There you go. Eileen said, "Welcome to you as well, Brett." Let me text Don, see if I can get him to come on the show. Where's he at? There we go. Oh, welcome, Teresa. Teresa is new here as well. Good evening, Teresa. Welcome to the show. If you're not familiar with the show, which you may be, we do this live thing Tuesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. It's a really cool way for us to kind of gather at one place and talk about things that are on our mind and things that are happening in the community. And yes. Oh, Bob just came up with the most amazing comment there. 99 bottles of show on the wall. Yes, tonight is the 99th show. And let me text Don and see if he's coming on the show. Hey, are you going to be on the show tonight? There you go. That was faster than just typing. So there's Teresa. Tons of people are welcoming you to the show. Cali Life says welcome to Teresa. Ross says welcome to Teresa. Teresa, I welcome you. I'm this anytime there's one new face to the show, anytime there's tons of, I love all the familiar faces. I love all the people who come back, but I think it's cool when there's new people who come to the show and see what's going on. So it looks like Bob and Barbara are share owners for the the Green Bay Packers. Okay, Don says he's coming. All right. So before anyone asks, Don is coming to the show, and as soon as Don appears, I'll let you know. Well, you'll probably see it anyways. Don is in the house. Welcome to the show, Don. Barbara says, welcome to Brett and Teresa. There you go, everyone. It's a love fest, and I love it. The show is so cool. Yes. And Don is tagging Rob. Ross is giving a shout out to Don. Barbara is giving a shout out to Don. So there you go, Don. It's nothing but love for you, and also nothing but love for Teresa and Ross because they're new to the show. I also I'm getting a little sidetracked here because I want to. There's like a big topic that I want to discuss that's important that Michael mentioned. Bob said, you're late, Don, holding the fort for you. There you go. And Rob is giving a shout out to Don. I want to give you my mom's feedback from last week. Not last week. It would be Tuesday's show. So Don is tagging Carol. Tiffany is saying hello to Don. And while we're talking about the Green Bay Packers, they are apparently selling shares to the public now, which is cool. And our moderator knows more about it than I do. And according to him, I love how the Packers ownership is handled. Innovative. That sounds cool. That it's the ownership of the team is going public. I don't think that's it's not something that I'm familiar with. That is pretty innovative, to say the least. Oh, so hi, Mom. Love you. Good evening to Micaiah. Micaiah? I do this every episode. That should be part of every episode is I go through the different pronunciations of every name. Either way, Micaiah sent 200 stars. She has sent stars 3 weeks in a row. Thank you so much. If you are not familiar with the stars thing, there's a icon you can click here. It is a cool way that you can purchase stars and you can send them to us. You can send them to any live. I said it right the first time, so that is Micaiah. It's Micaiah. Did I get it right? I need to make like a voice note to myself to not get it right. What I can get right is giving you a shout out for your amazing shop on San Carlos Avenue. That is Restore and Rework, one street over from Castro Valley Boulevard, kind of behind where I think it's Koyomi and so it's Makaya. It's Makaya. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm just ridiculing myself. But Restore and Rework, great shop, lots of vintage stuff, cool one of a kind gifts, wonderful store owners. They are, like I said, on San Carlos Avenue, which is one street behind Castro Valley Boulevard, kind of behind where the floatery is on the corner there. There you go. Our moderator just located the Facebook page for this shout out. And there you go, Don, you just stole my thunder. You just mentioned what I was going to say. Restore and Rework is behind One Bad Apple Records, owned by my good friend, partner in crime, Don. Kathy, that doesn't help me because I'm Makia. So that's a different way. At least I get it right half the time. But anyways, check out Restore and Rework. They have lots of wonderful gift ideas, vintage items, things that are what's the term? Is the term upcycled? Vintage things that are kind of made new. Tons of unique stuff. They will be open the next 2 Sundays, so that is tomorrow. And there you go. There's a second shout out for One Bad Apple Records. One Bad Apple is helmed by the one, the only, the amazing Don. I think we're lucky to have a record store right in our downtown area, and we're even more lucky to have a record store owned by an amazing, awesome dude. That is Don. So we're really close to the Midway Giveaway. Hey, Dustin's in the house. Welcome to you, Dustin. Dustin, you are no need to be sorry. I can't talk. No need to be sorry for being late to Saturday's show. You're just early for Tuesday's show. If there is a show Tuesday, we'll discuss that later in a moment. Give me a second here, guys. Yes, our moderator said never gave mom's feedback. So mom's feedback and input on Tuesday's show. First was I talk kind of fast, which happens. Hi, Mom. Love you. Mom's observation is that it may be because I'm nervous. That's probably likely. It may also be because I'm trying to make associations with 4 different things at once and keep the show going at the same time. And also, this comment is for you guys. My mom says the listeners are great. And I think that's accurate. I think it's an understatement because I think you guys are awesome. So I think there was something else. Oh, and yes, she said thank you for all the praise that I gave her last week. I can't give you enough praise, Mom. You're the best, and I love you. Thank you for all that you have done for me and continue to do. Anything that I do for you, Mom, pales in comparison to everything that you've done for me and my brother. So with that said, let's jump over to the Midway Giveaway. I want to do the Midway Giveaway on time because after the Midway, I'm going to jump into a different topic. And I might step up on my soapbox when we get to that next topic. So anyways, Midway Giveaway. We're doing that right now. The Midway Giveaway. This is a card. I like this card. I love the place. This is $20 to Cafe Rumi. That's probably too bright. If you've never been to Cafe Rumi, go. Even if you don't win the card, go. For people who, let me see here. Bob says, I've got some records mostly from the 60s, but nothing to play them on. Is there anything simple and inexpensive that you would recommend? Don, you're on. There you go. Tiffany says, love their food. Yes, I was just going to get to that. They do all sorts of Amazing. It's Mediterranean food. And of course, they have, pastries and whatnot. We did a restaurant review with Chef Igor at Cafe Rumi. I will ask our moderator to find that review because Chef Igor explained some amazing dishes. And Cafe Rumi is the bomb. If you've never been there, definitely go check it out. They have what is it? It's the pink chai latte. Amazing, amazing. Dustin, yes, you sent me a text with a question. Let me see if it's something that I can answer now. I love this that we're completely interactive and live. Dustin's question is, this will take me way back in time when I was part of the forum. I used to write for the forum for a lot of times. I am missing tons of. There you go. Meredith, thank you for the 500 stars. Meredith, you are awesome. You're amazing. You're remarkable. And Meredith has sent 500 stars. And Meredith, I think Meredith's got everybody beat because she's sent stars 10 weeks in a row. So if you're sending stars, you've got to step up your game and reach that 10 weeks in a row and do that. If you're not familiar with stars, there's a icon you can click right here. You can send stars of any denomination. It's up to you. If you don't want to send stars, it's all good. We love you just the same. But the stars are a way for you to send some monetary love our way. We are Castro. I am Castro Valley News. I'm Roberto. We are a business. We have bills to pay and roofs to keep over our heads and wonderful dogs. This guy behind me, you see him? He's snoozing. Dogs to feed. So if you wanted to send stars, that would be awesome. The money does come to us. With that said, Dustin says this would be the late 90s or early 2000s. I'm going to get back to that question. I can tell you already, Dustin, it's not ringing a bell. But there you go. Eileen sent 100 stars. Thank you so much. And Don sent 50 stars. Eileen has sent stars 4 weeks in a row, as has Don. Thank you, Eileen and Don. You guys are awesome. However, Meredith has put that bar pretty high. 500 stars, 10 weeks. That's amazing. That's pretty remarkable. So let me get back to Dustin's question. I can tell you already, Dustin, this is not ringing a bell with me. It's a question that will take you way back in time when I was part of the forum. I was with the Castro Valley Forum for over a decade. Loved that newspaper. That was probably the best job I ever had. Close to this job, close to Castro Valley News. It's close, but not. This is the best job I've ever had. Castro Valley News is the best job I've ever had. Did an article about some movie, horror, if I remember, being filmed at the old farm-style house on San Miguel between Our Lady of Grace and Castro Valley Elementary. Do you remember whatever happened with that movie and if it was ever made? You know, there's a slight bell ringing. I do remember that, Dustin. Let me get off track for just 1 second. Barbara says, dropped off some items at the community cupboard. Fridge, freezer, and shelves were pretty full, but it could be a lot less by now. This may make Bob cringe, but I'm going to give a huge, and I know I'm late for the Midway giveaway. That's okay. I want to give a huge shout out to Tanya at the community cupboard on Forest Avenue. Barbara brought it up. I didn't bring it up on my own. I wasn't even going to bring it up, but want to mention to you that community cupboard is there. It is definitely utilized by a lot of people in the community. A lot of our homeless neighbors use it. Basically, you can't miss it on Forest Avenue. It's big, it's blue, there's a beautiful refrigerator, there's beautiful cupboards. You can bring perishable, non-perishable items. There is a fridge. There is a freezer. Please, 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 please. No expired items. Please bring those items that you are donating up to the front door because Tanya likes to have, she has a process. That's just kind of the way she likes to do it. And above all, and I know there were a couple episodes ago that I really harped on this, if you're going to the community cupboard and you're donating, or if you're going to pick up some items that you're looking for or that you're going to pick up for yourself, please, 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 please do not block driveways. Do not double park. Be courteous. I understand there's probably people with mobility issues. Please be courteous to the neighbors. There have been complaints, and the county, I think, was threatening to fine them. I didn't hear, I haven't heard anything new about that. But I think if we all are mindful and diligent in being courteous to the neighbors on Forest Avenue, we can definitely make sure that there are no more complaints or concerns in regards to parking near the community cupboard. So last call, if you are going to the community cupboard to pick stuff up, to drop stuff off, don't block driveways, don't block cars in. You got to do this. If the community cupboard is going to remain on Forest Avenue, and let your friends know, because I know most of the people, Teresa says Tanya is a wonderful person. That's an understatement. That's completely true. Tiffany says Tanya also does amazing photography. That is true. And that is also another truth and also another understatement. But please, I know you guys are, everyone's active on social media, not just on Castro Valley News. Let your friends know, let your people in your circle know. Do not block driveways. Do not block in cars. Be courteous to the neighbors. We all want the community cupboard to continue because it's helped so many people and continues to help so many people. So thank you. That is the PSA for the community cupboard. So without further ado, $20 to Cafe Rumi. The Midway giveaway is here. It's late. I apologize. And let me give you the info when it comes to the Midway giveaway. So you have to text, the first person to text the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins $20 to the delicious and wonderful Cafe Rumi. This is a tough one. If you're going to try and Google this one, good luck. What area of Castro Valley was known as Hippy Hill in the 60s and 70s? Good luck finding this one. It might be right there on Google if you look it up. I love this one because I actually have a picture of this location. So 510-331-9112. First person to text the correct answer to that number wins. Yes, be sure to text in your answers. Okay, well, we're going to let people comment on the thread as well. And also, thank you, Bob. I will get to that after the Midway giveaway. A lot of good guesses. Nobody's got it yet. Before I proceed, thank you, Bob. You are hired as producer and boss of me. Teresa, good guess, but no. The Midway giveaway is brought to you by Forester.org. And Forester.org, they are a local nonprofit with a mission to reforest urban communities. You can learn more about all the wonderful things that they do on Forester.org. Forester.org, they are the folks responsible for the trash pickups in Castro Valley on the on and off ramps at near Burger Island, which is where Wendy's and McDonald's is. They're also doing seed giveaways. They're doing plant giveaways. They have the seed library at the library. They're doing all sorts of stuff. Lots of good guesses, but nobody's got it right. Brenda is saying Miramar. Teresa said Fairmont Ridge. Bob is guessing top of Sydney. No, that's a good guess, but not correct. Aaron guessed Earl Warren Park, not correct. Aaron also guessed Stanton, not correct. I'm going to be, someone said San Francisco. No, this one was in Castro Valley, but that's a good guess. There was a area of Castro Valley known as Hippy Hill. Where was that located? I believe it was the 60s, 70s. Bob says before my time. Carolyn says Okie Hill. That that I think is in my neck of the woods. But good guess. But you know what? Technically, Dustin got it. Because Dustin is in the neck of the woods. So Quail Hill is correct. It was basically above Caro's Del Cafe in that kind of area. So there you go, Dustin, you got it. And Dustin, I'm still racking my brain for that movie because I remember there was and I think it was a story that I did about some people that were filming, I think, a thriller movie in Castro Valley. And Dustin, I don't think the movie was ever released because I think they approached me and they were looking for extras. Jennifer, are you new to the show too? But thank you to Jennifer for sending 200 stars. And I think we've got 3 new people to the show, which is completely awesome. Welcome to the show, Jennifer. So congratulations to Dustin. Dustin, I need text me your address and I will get you where in the heck did I put it? Did I throw it? No. Dustin, text me your address and I will send you the Cafe Rumi gift card. And I'll also throw in one of those Save Del Cafe stickers. I think I got a couple of those floating around. Jennifer, yes, Jennifer is new to the show, guys. So this is totally cool. Welcome, Jennifer. Everybody, Jennifer is new to the show. Welcome to Jennifer. This is awesome. 3 new people on the show. So Dustin, I thought you were awesome before. You were even more awesome now. Dustin says, what I would love for you to do is to donate the $20 to a random homeless individual in Castro Valley so they can have a warm and tasty meal. I have someone in mind, and I will bring him your card. I think that's awesome, and that's generous, and that you're Dustin, you are a gentleman, you are a gentleman, and I will make sure this gets to that person. But with that said, if you didn't get a Save Del Cafe sticker, I can send you one. I don't have one handy to show you, but it's the bumper sticker that says Save Del Cafe. We got 4 new people. Welcome to Carolyn. Carolyn is in the house. Everybody, welcome Carolyn. Welcome to the show. Brett, thank you. Your check's in the mail. Brett says, love the show as well. You got a classic radio voice to go with it. Thank you. Richard is in the house. Richard sends 222 stars. Richard has sent stars 3 weeks in a row. Dustin, yeah, if you want, still definitely text me your address and I can get you one of those Del Cafe stickers. So everybody is welcoming the new people. Welcome, Carolyn. Carolyn says, new here, found you by surfing the net, used to be a Castro Valley resident years ago. Well, welcome back to Castro Valley. Hopefully this show will give you a little slice of life to what's happening here in Castro Valley. I love this. This is 4 new people to the show. It's remarkable. I love it. I think it's the most new people we've ever had. So cool. So cool. I love it. This is so cool. I'm glad. I'll give you some information. Tonight's show almost didn't happen. I was super close to canceling it, and I'll let you know in a minute why. So we did mom's feedback. Um, I'll tell you why, and actually I can just show you why. This right, I don't know if you can see that. Um, just like Michael, guys, I tested positive for COVID yesterday, and I'm gonna uh, give you the lowdown on the past few days, or and then some. Just like a lot of other folks who are listening, and other folks in our community, for the longest time, probably since, if you've listened to the show more than a few episodes, you will know that I have been super safe when it comes to wearing masks, being safe, and trying to not get COVID. And unfortunately, I think it was day before yesterday, started getting a runny nose, started feeling under the weather. Bob says, yeah, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And on a whim, I had a wonderful friend bring me some tests, and immediately the first two tests came up positive. I wanted to do like a double check, because like everyone else, I doubt myself. I thought, well, wait. Carolyn just sent 310 stars. Thank you so much, Carolyn. If you're not familiar with stars, there's a little icon you can click here. It's a cool way that you can support live stream content creators on Facebook in a monetary way. If you want to do that, it's cool. If you don't want to send stars, that's just as cool. The fact that you guys join us is love enough. But if you want to send stars, the money does come to us. The money comes to Castro Valley News. I'm not trying to fib. Gary says, was at Del Cafe this morning. No mention of the closing, but notice they are out of straws and won't get any more. That must be a sign. My last conversation with Sam over at Del Cafe is end of this month, the 30th, will be the last day of Del Cafe. So thank you again, Carolyn, for the 310 stars. And again, welcome to the show. Bob says both grandkids in Seattle are positive, vaccinated with minor symptoms, missed a week of school. Last night was probably, it was the worst I felt in a long time. I had chills, and I was literally, this is the chills that I had. I was shaking like this. And then that was followed by, later in the evening, I had the, thank you, Carolyn. Carolyn says she's happy to help us in any way. That just made the whole show there. Thank you, Carolyn. So later in the evening was the fever, lots of sweat. I did get a good night's sleep, which, knock on wood, thankfully. And today is, I feel much better, but I'm going to tell you guys, last night, thank you, Don, for 100 more stars. Don has sent stars 4 weeks in a row. Again, there's the icon here if you want to send stars. Don't have to, but it would be good if you, it would be great if you did, but you don't have to. I love you just the same. Michael says he did not get the chills. And I did, Brett says this Omicron is super contagious no matter how well you keep up on disinfecting. I've started by eating healthier and get your vitamins every day. Perfect point. I just, one of the few points that I wanted to touch on is it just seems like, man, you just can't do enough to be safe, because I'm double masking. I'm not staying in stores for a whole long time. If there are people around me who are not wearing masks, the conversation ends and I kind of cruise someplace else. The point that I really want to make, guys and gals, people, is you do not want this. I'm under 50. I'm healthy. I work out. I exercise. I eat well, and I'm gonna this. I got beat up last night. It was not fun. It was not pleasing, at least. Tiffany, thank you. Um, you don't want this. You do not want this. Do whatever is in your comfort zone to not get this. I am vaccinated. I got my booster just this month, and I still got it. And I'm not trying to shove any political agenda with or anything with the vaccines. If you're comfortable with that or not, do what you got to do. Do what's right with your belief system or how you feel. I don't want to get into that debate. But guys, I'll tell you this: do whatever it is in your power to not get this. It's ugly. It's ugly. I do feel a whole lot better now. Cali Life says the score 10-10. I'm assuming that's the 49ers. Don is tagging Paul and Chrissy. Thank you, Don. You're awesome. You don't want this stuff. Niners and Packers. There you go. 10-10. You do. I can't say this enough. I might say this for the next 10 minutes straight. You don't want this. You don't want this. And I'm tough. I'm tough. I've been hit by cars. I've rappelled off buildings. I've flown planes myself without much training. And this kicked my butt. This was ugly. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. And Tiffany says, I had it in August, and it's definitely a bit scary when you see the test come up positive. To be honest with you, Tiffany, I was feeling down in the dumps, and I kind of knew it was going to be positive because the symptoms that I had were right, were pretty much in line with all of those symptoms. However, and I shouldn't say this just yet because darn it, as soon as I say it, it might happen tomorrow. I can still smell and taste. Which is great because I actually do. I have a friend who got this months ago, 3-4 months ago, a very good friend who got this months ago. He was working an event in a room that had ventilation and everyone was wearing masks, and he still got it. And everybody at that event got it. And to this day, a lot of his taste and smell is gone. And he says, there's only a few times that he can actually taste some things. I need to pause and blow my nose, and I'm not going to do that in your ears. Sorry. But yeah, do what's right for you in your belief system and whatever works for you. Don't get this. Do whatever it takes to not get this. Be safe, be healthy. If that means social distancing, if that means getting your vaccine, whatever. I mean, like I said, I got the vaccine, I got the J&J, and then I got the J&J booster actually this month. I think it was like the first or second week of this month, and I still got it. And I'm trying to, you go through all these scenarios and all the situations, places that you've been, trying to figure out where you got it, how you got it, and it just it haunts. The thought haunts me because I was never in any of those situations where my mask was off around other people. I wasn't, hanging around a lot of people that I don't know, that I'm questionable about. And it super, super sucks because I'm really concerned about the people that are in my bubble. My wonderful girlfriend, my wonderful, amazing girlfriend, my amazing, wonderful mom. I don't want to give this crap to anyone, even if it's someone that I don't know or I don't like. I don't want them to have to go through what I went through last night. It was ugly. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. I've had the flu before. This was like the worst flu times 2. The shaking was ridiculous. The shaking was ridiculous. I started dancing in my kitchen like a buffoon because it was the only thing that I could do to stop me from shaking. I was boiling water and putting my hands near that, trying to warm myself up. Um, uh, there you go. Bob says perfectly. It's why he's watching hockey at home and not at the Shark Tank. You know, I see all the events that are coming out. There's this big concert that added a second day with a bazillion bands, a lot of bands that I would love to see. And you know, I'll I'll just lay it on the line. Last weekend was a Tool concert, and I really wanted to see Tool, but I didn't go because I wanted to stay safe, and I ended up getting it anyways. And I'm going to tell you, Brenda has a comment. A doctor told me that it is so contagious, it is hard to figure out where it came from. My whole family got it, all had different symptoms. Make sure to rest and hydrate. Yep, I am doing all those things. And Brenda, I'm glad your family is well and on the mend. Our moderator is excited that I mentioned Tool. Miss Tool, but it's okay. I saw them 14 years ago during their last tour. Alicia says, I've done everything in my power not to get this, fully vaccinated, washing hands, staying home, and it's still got to me. This virus is no joke, and it's not pleasant at all. Good evening, Alicia. I don't think I mentioned that, and you said it perfectly. This thing is no joke. It is no joke. Good evening, Karen. I think Karen was at the Tool show. I might be clairvoyant, but I think Karen made it to the Tool show. Gary says, did you seek advice from your doctor after you got the positive results? Is that not required yet? No. I've just been doing a lot of research online, and I'm going to do the isolation for, I think it's the 5 days, or I'm going to be isolated and not around other people until I test negative, and then I will see how people in my bubble are comfortable with that. But I from what I've garnered from tons and tons of stories and things online, which is frustrating because sometimes you can look at one article and it says this, and then you look at another one and it says that. But until I test negative, I will not be around people. Eileen says, still have groceries delivered by Instacart, DoorDash for some meals. Said I was staying home until February 1st. May have to be in longer. I'll say it again. This thing is just ugly. It's ugly. It was not pleasant. I would not wish it on anyone, anywhere. I do have to say that there is a certain degree, and you could, point your finger at me if you want. There is a certain small degree of relief that additional fear is kind of gone. Not to say that I wish that I hadn't got it, because it creates a whole new set of problems and situational things. Ross says, feel better. Thank you, sir. But there is an iota of relief that it's over. I'm over that hump. And, I have another friend who said that he got it, and there was just basically 2 days that was terrible. And there, Gary says he knows somebody that got it twice, fully vaccinated too. Looks like our moderator and Dawn are having a conversation about bands, which is a reason that I love this show. Anyways, guys, just stay safe. Do whatever it is within your power to not get this, because I can't say it enough. It's ugly. Karen says, yes, did get to see Tool. Can't explain how awesome it was. They're just a remarkable band, and from what I saw, they have definitely stepped up their game with the light show. When I saw them, what was it, 14, 15 years ago, the light show, I'm still picking up part of my jaw when it comes to their light show. They're just an amazing band. The best drummer in the business is Danny Carey of Tool. Prove me wrong. Brett says my friend got COVID 3 separate times, all vaccinated and boosted. It's the world that we live in. But I just want to give you, if anything, it's a cautionary tale. I was vaccinated. I was boosted. I was doing everything I could to keep myself and my loved ones safe, and I still got it. Carolyn says, now you have the antibodies in your system. Sorry you had to go through this. Thank you. If I can, I might cut a vein open and give some antibodies to my mom and my beautiful girlfriend, but I don't think it works that way. But like you said, Carolyn, that was the thought that crossed my mind. It's like, okay, I've got it. I don't have to. I'm still definitely going to mask because a lot of people. Teresa is asking, is Tool a rock band? That's an understatement. Tool is a band all of in and of themselves. I can't believe I'm on the show talking about Tool. Tool is one of those amazingly unique bands. They incorporate Middle Eastern vibes, some jazz. Just fair warning. Some of their new songs are 15 minutes long, but they're worth 15 minutes. Oh my God, the new album is so amazing. Anyways, like Carolyn said, it is. There is a certain degree of relief that I've got the antibodies. People are still getting this after, going through it 1 or 2 times. It's the unfortunate reality of the world that we live in and where we're at now. But I just wanted to give you kind of like the heads up because I care about you guys. I care about the world. I care about my community. It's real. It's legit. It's not a lie. It's not made up. And it's not pleasant. I could just imagine if someone much older than I am, who got the same symptoms, and someone who is older than I am, who has immunity issues, it would just be so much worse for that person. So, guys, just stay safe, be healthy. I feel okay, but I know it's definitely on Bob's mind. Tuesday is the 100th episode. I don't know how that's going to shake out. I don't know how that's going to transpire. Where I'm at now definitely impacts the 100th show, and I apologize. It's not intentional, completely not intentional. Richard said I had the Delta and it wasn't even in the top sickest moments ever. Lost taste and smell, 100-degree fever for 36 hours. Wow. He had no chills or muscle aches. Like I said, I would definitely say violent chills. That would be that band. If there was a band, they should open for Tool. Violent chills, horrible chills. And then as soon as I laid down to go to sleep, the fever set in. And I was sweating, and then fell back asleep, woke up again, and the monstrous headache was there. And it's ugly. It's ugly, folks. Stay safe. I care about you guys. I want you. Bob says he gives me full dispensation for 100 as needed. So, episode 100 is coming Tuesday or maybe next Saturday. I'll let you guys know. But this has definitely affected the plans for episode 100. With that said, guys, stay safe. Don't get this thing. Don't get this sickness. It's ugly. Even if it is for just 1 or 2 days, you don't want it. You don't want to give it to your friends. You don't want to give it to your loved ones. And guys, I care about you. Be good to yourselves. Maintain your health. Maintain your mental health. That's just as important as your physical health. I've been Roberto. You guys have been awesome. I think it's amazing. We had 4 new people tune in tonight, in addition to the amazing group of people who come back every week and show love and show stars. Like I said, I was going to, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. I was going to cancel tonight's show, but I wanted to share the story of last night with you because it's definitely fresh in my mind. it was it was terrible. So guys, stay safe, be well, and as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. Oh wait, and this is for Dawn because Dawn loves this. Here you go. Guys, stay safe. That paper ended up over here.